I really appreciate you joining me, and this is a breaking news story coming from Brixton in South London. This is the scene where 2 men have been killed, and initial reports say there were 12 shots fired, and they believe at least one of them was shot dead. Thank you to Dave Nathan and UK NIP for their coverage from the scene, to be able to let the subscribers understand what really happened and to try to clarify any details about the situation, but at the same time without incriminating anybody for any crimes they haven't been convicted of. Drone footage shows a tent erected in the middle of a residential street. This is where a car chase took place and shots were fired from a 4x4 vehicle, it was reported, and a moped was also involved. Thank you to the subscriber that sent me the footage of the aftermath of the scene, where it shows a car engine in the middle of the street and also tyres just strewn about. The chaos is hard to describe, and the devastation that has affected these families is incomprehensible. A police cordon remained in place while children were on their way to school this morning. 2 men have died after shots were fired on a residential street, so I know that people are identifying the victims, but it isn't necessarily correct. When people do say names straight away, they often get it wrong. But one of them that we can confirm is dead is a drill rapper called Perm. The police statement said that on Sunday the 30th of October, police were called to Railton Road in Brixton, and local residents said that 12 shots were fired, and it involved a moped and people in a car just before 8 PM on the evening. The Metropolitan Police said they were called at 10 to 8 to reports of the gunshots, and officers and firearm officers attended, and the London Ambulance Service and also the London Air Ambulance. 2 men were found injured at the location, and despite the best efforts of emergency services, they were both pronounced dead at the scene. The nature of the injuries has not been confirmed yet, so people are saying that 2 people were shot dead. There is suggestions that one of them were actually killed and he had nothing to do with it. This is in relation to the moped rider. Apparently people have paid respects to the young man who was on the moped, who was just going to a delivery at the time, and they said that he was hit by a vehicle and this resulted in him losing his life. A local resident told My London newspaper that the car crashed in the crime scene. They came across the scene when they were going to the shop. They spoke to a few locals and nobody's seen much of it. The vehicle inside the cordon is a silver MG Jeep, and a large proportion of it is missing and parts of it are scattered across the road. The car engine is also blocking the road, and one of its tyres is 10 metres away, as you can see from the footage from the scene. The crime scene is on the border of Herne Hill and Brixton, and it is a big area surrounded by terraced houses. There is also a heavily damaged motorbike also seen inside the cordon, and this they believe may belong to the boy that lost his life during the incident. Forensic officers have been working throughout the night to try to gather evidence, and at least one murder investigation is underway. They are awaiting the examination from post-mortem to try to determine the causes of death, but at this time they believe that a shooting was definitely involved. In relation to one of the victims that we've been able to confirm has passed away, that is drill rapper Perm. He has been involved in the UK drill scene since the very early years and worked with producers like Quiet Pack and appeared on media channels like GRM Daily, Mixtape Madness and various other channels. He has been in and out of prison throughout his career as well, most recently being released only last year, and he was jailed also in 2019, and before that he had a firearm charge. He released a lot of music upon his release as well, but he was still heavily involved in what was happening on the streets in South London. Tributes have been paid to him, and I want to send my condolences to his friends and family at this devastating time. So this is a breaking news story, and we'll definitely keep you updated on anything to do with it. Please don't forget to pay your respects in the comments, and also be constructive and don't try and incriminate anybody for any crimes they haven't been convicted of. Don't forget to send your stories to news@scarcitystudios.com, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news, because a lot has been going on in London and also Birmingham in the past few days and over the weekend.
She might give it to try it, they know man's riding. I ain't tryna go back G, the whole week man sliding. 3 got bun, 2 shank, it's peak. That was 013, now you're a prof, I can buy your machine. Straight drop, that's a G, bull drill the spoon, but they tell you it's mean.